Okay, so a very good evening to everyone. I'm Sumesh Karad. I welcome you all to yet another Sustain Talks by Sustain Safe. Sustain Safe is a one-stop solution on sustainability created by Indians for the world, where Sustain Safe believe in creating corporate impact by bridging the gap and connecting green products and service companies in India across the world. We believe to move towards a reserve logistic focusing on waste to be used in a better way. Our knowledge and resource inspiration, which focuses on social impact, includes various sustainable initiatives and inspiring stories using our 3R principle of re-innovate, redefine, and being responsible. We aim to achieve affordable sustainability and circular economy. Sustenance Safe started on 22nd April 2020. This Earth Day by the Shroff sisters, Pranati Shroff and Ankita Shroff, who are both entrepreneurs and completed their diploma from Swedish Institute in Responsible Leadership and Sustainable Business. Today we have a team of 400 plus young change makers from all across India, Singapore, UK, and United States of America. In the last 6 months, we have collaborated with many companies and government organizations through various e-panel discussions and awareness programs. We collaborated with companies like IKEA, Swedish government, CII, IGPC, and on broadcast 50 plus companies in sustainability as our channel partners and 5 plus educational institutes. In the month of June and July, we focused on green products and service respectively. In August, we had uh, ideators like Rajiv Kher from sanitation and Shubhendu Sharma from urban forests. The month of September was dedicated to understand water management and upcoming uh, coming up with innovative solutions to address the same. In October, we teamed up with RUR for a design challenge to upscale Tetra Packs to innovative products. In the month of November, we are focusing on plastic segregation and were successful to collect and recycle 8 tons in the city of Pune, working on sustainable technology app. We have so far collected 35,000 liters of water saved and 82 kgs of waste segregated at source and 1,722 kgs of CO2 emission saved. Along with these basic parameters, we have worked on different projects focusing on various wastes in the industry and are on mission to make waste an asset, a wealth, and we shall soon value. So our topic for this month, the month of December, is sustainable fashion. And today's interview will be taken by our change maker Riddhi. She is in third year and pursuing applied arts from MIT ADT University Pune, and has been working with us since September. According to her, sustainability is the idea of coexisting with nature at the same time not causing harm to it.
Hello.
Over to you, Riddhi.
Thank you so much, Samesh.
Hello.
So today we have with us. Hello, am I audible enough?
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much, Samesh. So today we have with us a wonderful speaker, Monisha Narke. She is the founder and CEO of IUR Green Life Private Limited. IUR is an organization founded in 2009 with a vision to create eco-conscious citizens who make a difference and contribute to environment. It works for waste management and maximize recycling beyond 95%. It stands for 3 R's, that is, reduce, reuse, and recycle, with re-innovate, rethink, and redesign. Ariba focus on offering green solutions. Their key service is providing eco-education. Monisha started a mission years ago to make the place where we live in green and healthier. So welcome to the board, Monisha ma'am.
Thank you so much, Riddhi. It's really an honor to be here.
Uh, so here we have few questions for you. So shall we begin?
Yes. Good evening to all of you, and I'd like to first express my thanks to Pranoti and Ankita for Sustain and Save, the founders, to spread our message and our mission to all the young change makers. I'm really excited and honored to be here and share some thoughts with you all. Thank you so much, Riddhi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, the first question for you is what motivated you to start an organization and to work on waste management?
Yeah, so it requires a lot of passion and commitment to get into something as waste, because a lot of us find waste icky, smelly, and I wonder how many of you here, if you look at my right and at my left, okay, which side would you like to be, on my right or my left? You can write in the chat box, or if you're on YouTube live, you can give your answer there. But right or left, right? So when you see a lot of waste, which is here on my right, it kind of bothers you. So that's how I really, when I did my engineering in Mumbai from VGTI, and then I did my master's from Stanford University in California. I was working in the corporate space, designing machines, and then I became a mother of two children, and that's where the turning point came, because I kind of saw the world through their eyes, and I really believe that the children are the future, and all the people who have to live ahead need a safe and secure place. So that's where my eyes kind of, were very concerned with all these piles of waste that I saw, mainly at the tracks, on the roads, on the beaches. There was, growing up in Mumbai as a city, there is a lot of coastal line and nice space to be, but it's always wherever you go, you see some hanging bags of plastic. And so this is really something that got me very concerned. And moreover, I was experiencing a lot of pollution, like a lot of, uh, you know, recurring fevers, coughs, and seeing a lot of people in the city getting sick regularly just simply because of air pollution. And that's where I realized that one of the biggest uh, effects on the environment in terms of air pollution is by waste, especially the open dumping and all the toxins that get released. So that's when I started my journey. I decided to, figure out the waste at home. I did a waste audit, like I analyzed the waste we generate from our kitchen, and then when I tried to walk the talk of the waste, where the waste goes, especially in Mumbai, and I went to the Deona landfill, which is Asia's largest landfill. It's a humongous mountain of waste, and lots of, you can see shoe soles, you can see keyboard parts, scooter parts, everything, and it's a lot of noxious methane gas being released. That's when I realized that the current modus operandi of waste was basically collection, transportation, and dumping, which was causing a lot of greenhouse gases. And that's which I realized we needed to change. And there were a lot of laws, the solid waste management laws are there, we have to segregate, but people were not doing it. So when I started doing things at home, I realized the magic of what can be done with waste. And so I thought we should spread it to many more people. So we started a volunteer group, reached out to many more friends, families. And when I realized, like, one by one, people started changing habits, we could help recycle a lot of our waste, up to 90%. That's how RUR was born. That's RU, reducing, reusing, recycling. And our vision is to create eco-conscious citizens like you all here to live a sustainable lifestyle. So that's been my journey. It's been now 10 years plus that we're working in the space of waste to resource management.
It's wonderful, ma'am. So, coming on to the next question. So, what's the change needed to make waste into a resource?
Yes. So waste actually is anything that once we use, we don't have a use for it and we throw it. So I'm sure today many of you have thrown something. Maybe if you've thrown something, you think about it. But you must have thrown something in a bin somewhere, maybe at home or on the street. We all consume, and every time we consume after the end of life of that consumption, we tend to throw it. Like I have collected all these wrappers and bags, milk packets after using. So this is now of no value to me. Even if I want to do something at it at home, I can't, and therefore it becomes waste. So when to make waste, to invest your waste, almost all waste can be recycled, can be reused. The first step is to segregate at source. So the successful investment of your waste is segregation at source. So that's what we sort of educate and sensitize people to start segregating. Once we segregate, we can bring value into the waste. So at home or in your college or office at source, we suggest a 3 bin approach, which is like, although many people say sukha gila kachra, but if you just do sukha and just do gila, there are lots of little waste streams which are soil. Like if you have a wrapper or you have a sanitary napkin, a diaper, you can't put it in sukha and you can't put it in gila because gila is cannot compost and sukha it won't go for recycling. So that's why we recommend 3 bins, which is wet for green bin for biodegradables, dry bin for recyclables, plastic, paper, metal, e-waste, Tetra Pak cartons, all that you can send to a recycler, and reject or hazardous waste like syringes, diapers, that is your red bin. So this way, if you do a 3 bin segregation at source, you can make value as a first step. After that, there are steps. Once you segregate, you can really put a whole system either at home or in your community, college, school, building, residential society to set up wet to compost, and we'll talk more about that. Dry to channelize it for right recycling, and reject waste is the only one that you land up reducing. You should reduce your reject waste. So this is the key beginning, of course, and because we want to reduce our trash or reject waste, we must learn to adopt sustainable alternatives. So for example, you always carry this cloth bag and refuse a plastic bag. That way you will reduce your waste, right? So, or if you have to use a scrubber like this for scrubbing your vessels or your tabletops, this is again a one-time disposable plastic, not much of it. Once you've used it, it kind of breaks down. It actually causes a lot of water contamination. So we think of a green alternative. There are lots of available. Like what I have here is made from gilka. It's a jhad with a fruit called gilka, vegetable. You make bhajiyas out of it, and when it dries, you can use it as a very nice scrubber. So it's called loofah, and it's also available. You can make your own cleaning enzymes with peels instead of buying products. So this is the way you reduce your reject waste and you segregate it. So these are few things if you start doing, you can make waste into something. So it's a theory of change. What we are doing is from a centralized approach of collection, transport, disposal, we are working on decentralization. You collect at home and you manage it by yourself through the right recycling channels. So decentralized waste management is the only way for cities, for towns to make their waste into a resource.
Okay, so ma'am, I would like to know more about your brand. So, what are the key solutions of your company provides?
Right. So Ayurveda Green Life is a sustainable social enterprise in the environment space. We are a company based in Mahim, which our head office is there in Mumbai, and we are group of engineers, environmental science students. We have people who've done their PhD in microbiology or like sort of scientific background, communications, because for us communication is very key to motivate people to segregate. So mass media communication. So any of you students want to volunteer or join intern after while you're studying, or you're most welcome to write to us on www.ayurveda.co.in. And we actually have a manufacturing facility in Gujarat, up in Umargaon, where we make different products to enable recycling. Like our biocomposters, Arabic biocomposters are made there. And we make different materials like chairs, furniture, desks out of recycled composite sheets. So we bring back recycled material to the community so they can see the real value from their waste. So some of our key work that we do is one, eco-education. That's what I'm here for, reaching out to people, telling them more about waste and how we can recycle better. So we run a lot of programs for environment education for schools, colleges, corporate offices. And then the second key work that we do is composting. We have our own patent filed Green Pro certified by the Indian Green Building Council in vessel technology. It's a drum based system that basically follows the forest way of composting. So we put all our kitchen waste into it and we convert it to compost. And that compost then can be used. Like you can see, I've put a little basil plant here which I can put in my salad. So from waste, I make compost, it's inside, and then I can grow vegetables, fruits, and that's the circular economy. So our product, we have multiple products. Aerobic biocomposters, they're available on Amazon for home use, and then we also have, we do bigger projects like for a college or for a school or even a residential complex from 10 homes to 200, 300 homes. We design a whole biocomposting solution. We have tie-ups for dry waste recycling. So one of our flagship projects is Go Green with Tetra Pak. So with Tetra Pak, we've partnered with Reliance Fresh and Sarkari Bhandar Mumbai, where we can collect dry recyclables like Tetra Pak cartons and deposit them in 44 supermarket stores across Mumbai. And we also have in Pune, in a few Reliance Fresh stores, we have recycling bins. And now the program is expanded to Chennai. So we collect the cartons and we convert it into sheets and make different products out of it, like benches, chairs. And so that's one of the other programs that we also run. And we also work with corporate social responsibility, that's like CSR, where companies can sponsor an integrated waste management system for, say, a needy school or a society that doesn't have enough funds. They support the whole solution. So these are some of the key services. And we also have a lot of green products like bamboo cones, toothbrushes, planter sets, grow your own microgreens. So different small products that people can buy or use towards making a sustainable lifestyle or reducing their waste. So this is the range of services that RUR offers.
Okay. So we always have one or another problem, and when we try to bring a change in a society. So here is my question for you: is what are the challenges that you face throughout your journey?
Right. It's still a big challenge because I feel that although we have set up role model projects and community recycling programs, the key is, the biggest challenge is mindset change. Getting people to take responsibility of their waste, to think about waste that mera kachra, meri zimmedari. This is something that is very much been, although people say I'll do it, they may just, take a cloth bag and okay, change that, but then they'll consume a lot of things and, it's difficult to get them to think all the time about their sustainable lifestyle. And so communicating effectively, motivating people. And even when we are now 10 years, and I started the project to reduce the landfill, still the landfill is there and waste is going and it's still growing, especially now with the current pandemic. You can just imagine the amount of disposable masks and PPs. I mean, all the work we've done is probably just offset with the quantum of medical waste that's been generated. So the challenge is to put a solid system in place and getting people to be motivated. And the second biggest challenge for us has been space, because for recycling, even if you have to do it at home to keep 3 bins, you need space. If you need to do it in your building, you need space to store. You can't have a truck come and just take waste from Riddhi's house and go. You obviously need 100 Riddhis to give their waste together. And therefore, space becomes the second biggest challenge. Although people want to do it, they're agreeing to change the mindset. Their buildings or their homes are not designed to keep, few square feet of space. Especially in buildings, most of the buildings have car parking and they say we don't have space for composters. So finding the space in our existing building or existing area has been one of our challenges, because you need a right volume to collect waste and for recycling, or you need space to compost, and that's been one of the challenges. That now we're looking at people who, architects and designers, can build in into their building design space for waste management, to the house space for waste management, then it'll become easier for people to, like you have space for a lift, you have space for a car, you need space for waste management. So I think these are some of the key change points that have happened for us.
Okay. So another question is that how can each of us contribute towards investing waste?
So everyone counts towards making waste into a resource. You can help invest it. I think some of the key things like you can do today is immediately think about doing a waste audit at home. Like analyze the waste you generate, or maybe when you're studying or in a college, what kind of waste, what kind of rulers are you using, or erasers, or sharpeners, or folders. See if you can make them more long lasting, buy steel ones, more durable. So first step is know your waste, know what kind of waste you're generating, what are you throwing out every day. Once you audit your waste, you kind of know, and then you think about what's getting recycled and not, and then you help reduce the uh, products that, like, which you can look for green products, more sustainable products that will help reduce your waste, like soaps. You can look for eco-friendly soaps which have less packaging, or a bamboo toothbrush, things like that. And of course, you must start composting, because almost 70% of our waste is natural biology, like food peels, tea leaves, eggshells, meat, fish, bone. All this can go back into the soil. We need our soil to be, fertilized or given good nutrients back. So composting is something that all of us, I believe, once you do it, you will see the magic of nature, and you will be able to make a change towards a greater, cleaner tomorrow.
Okay. So coming to the final question, what message will you give to our young change makers who are willing to contribute in this field?
I think the young change makers have all the power, and my message is just commune with nature, love the environment, have that spirit that the environment, the air you breathe, the space you walk in should be clean and green, and all of us can start contributing by thinking about from centralized waste management, throwing and dumping, to decentralized waste management. Once you start and think about circular economy, think about what you're doing. Is it going back to protect the earth's resources? I think we need to be leaders. We need to think beyond what the current systems are. We need to go and build a new system of taking care of our waste and finding long lasting, and a lot of challenges that are there. The youth can develop new technologies, especially to deal with different kinds of waste that don't have answers yet. So a lot that you all can do by joining this program and making a difference to the environment.
Yes. Okay. So coming to the rapid fire round. So the first question is like describe sustainability in one word. What's
Okay,
sustainability according to
sustainability in
you?
one word. Sustainability to me is harmony, being in harmony with nature, connecting with nature.
Okay. Second is sacrifice that you made for this brand.
Oh, sacrifice. So I think one of the biggest sacrifices, I don't think, but I think the challenge that I really faced was especially times when I want to do something very green. Like now we have our products, and I want to package everything. I know that the some of the packaging that we are also using is is going to land up as waste. So the sacrifices that I want, like I'm packing a composter, is going to do some bit of good, but in that I may have to add some wrapping or something to protect it for transportation. And so this whole stress about you also land up, because there's not much available technologies out there or solutions. So you kind of sometimes are compelled to use some items that will land up as waste, and that's like a big challenge.
Yeah. So coming on to the next question. Who had been your role model throughout the journey?
So my role model has been, of course, I had an opportunity to work with Dr. Abdul Kalam, ex-president of India, and he really motivated me and inspired me to, do something more for our country. He always asked me, "Don't see what the country can give you, but what you can give back." He's been someone who's inspired me to educate and reach out to more people.
Yeah. So proud. What are your proud movements throughout the journey?
Lots of them, but I think being recognized by Solid Waste Management Association of North America for we won a Biocomposting Excellency Award. We're first in the US, first Indian company in the US to receive an award of this kind, get felicitated. So that was real motivation because I realized that our technology was good to be on an international platform, and that was very rewarding.
Great. So the last question for this rapid fire round is the difficulties while building this brand.
Yes, difficulties obviously for us is that we're a small company, and reaching that scale and getting more and more people to recycle picks up a lot of investment, and a lot of people don't adopt it easily. It's a slow growth. Like, I think we want to grow faster, and we want more people to adopt. So that's been a challenge.
Yeah. So this brings us to the end of the session. We will take a few questions from our change makers now, if there are any.
I don't think there are any questions
Yeah.
in the chat box. So, ma'am, if you want to share your screen, you can move, we can move on with that if you want to share something.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Kailash, can you please make ma'am the host?
You'll have to enable me.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I can do it.
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Is it visible? Can you see?
Yes, ma'am,
ma'am.
it's visible.
Okay. So I'll just quickly share with you here a little bit of our work so you get a perspective. So as you can see that are you reducing, reusing, recycling? And of course, our vision is to create eco-conscious citizens. These are the different services I talked about, biocomposting, dry waste recycling. And one of our biggest challenges here is that a lot of technologies exist where waste is converted. Seen waste becomes unseen, especially your plastics and tin gauge plastics or bottles. They get converted to t-shirts, like the ones that the Mumbai team is wearing. But every time you wash it, the water gets leached with nanoparticles of plastic. And so this is one big concern for the current technology's limitations, because it's taking care of waste that you have in your bin, but it's causing toxins in the air. And that's something that we all need to think about. These are a range of biocomposters. We have them like shirt sizes, XS, S, M, L. And these are the M ones for bigger societies. And they have several properties. They don't use electricity, so it's very eco-friendly. We don't add any chemicals, and the process is natural. The compost quality is very good. We use a lot of good quality materials like stainless steel for our lid and locks and stuff. So they are rust proof. And the best part, as I said, they are very lightweight. So they're portable, and you can put it even on your terrace or in your window grill. And the principle that we adopt is ATM, air temperature moisture. So when you provide adequate air, adequate temperature, and you balance your wet waste, the compost you get is very good quality. So we have the technology, the patent that we filed is the smart air vents, which allow continuous oxygenation of the pile, and the compost quality is very good. So I'll just quickly share with you a project we did at Mahi. It's Matoshi Pearls. They have about 65 flats, and this is now a 3-year-old project. And daily they were throwing out 70 kgs of waste. Each family generates 1 kilogram of waste, so it's 70. So after they did the project and they put a whole waste management program, they have now reduced their waste from being thrown, and they are composting all their waste in these RUR Green Gold aerobic tumblers on the terrace. They have 6 of them, and then they have grown their own vegetable garden. So they have mint, dubi, pudina, pomegranate, lime, all this growing right on their terrace. And right now they're really motivated because even in lockdown, they could go up and walk and get their own palak and vegetables on their terrace. So here, as you see, it's a 3-bin approach. They have a 3 bins put up outside, red. Then they have a bin for collecting their plastic, paper, metal, glass, and then they have a reject bin. And then they add the wet waste in the composters. The staff is trained, and so they also get a livelihood. They also learn a new way of handling the waste. And since they get clean waste, the biggest effort that we do is motivate the staff, the housekeeping staff, to become sort of find dignity in waste management, because now they're generating something what we call gold, green gold. You can see the compost, and then they grow vegetables out of it. They also do a 7-bin approach in their building. So all the plastic, paper, metal, glass, electronic waste, e-waste is separated once it comes from the house, collected and then sold for recycling. So they earn money like a green fund, which they use again for their green practices in their building. So same way, this is another corporate. They have employees eating lunch in the canteen. They are also composting, and we do the training, and we follow a very scientific approach. We measure pH, temperature, we monitor the process so it's safe. And these are the different programs. Like it requires air, so you have to keep it outdoors with a rain shed. It's for a home, for a larger society. Different projects that are there. And these are some of the eco-friendly products that you can adopt to reduce your waste. So, and from the Tetra Pak program, the biggest application of the composite sheets is of course the rickshaw seats, and then we make a lot of tables, chairs, and furniture. So we recommend that you start segregating, collecting your Tetra Pak cartons, composting, and this is our impact over the last decade. We have now over 150 projects. We're composting over 600 to 700 tons annually of biodegradable waste, and we are helping increase the green cover. So this is some of the brands we work with, like Godrej, Tetra Pak, ICICI Bank, who have adopted technologies with us. And we are on Instagram, YouTube, as well as on Facebook. So do join us and stay tuned for more updates there.
That's amazing, ma'am. So this bring us to the so thank you for taking time to answer these questions. It's been a great speaking with you and learning more about your sustainability journey. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much,
much,
ma'am.
Riddhi. Thank you, Sumesh, and thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you,
Wishing
ma'am.
you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a pleasure to have you with us today. I'm sure our chain makers have enjoyed this session and would like to congratulate you for working so diligently for a sustainable future. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.